Hey, what's up, Run fam? If this looks familiar, that's because I'm doing 2 videos today. So I haven't made any in a while, and just happens to be the day that I got a new pair of shoes. And I would do an unboxing, but I got the shoe in the store, so I've already seen it, and I went for a run. So this is my first impression of the Asics Gel Nimbus 22 LITE. LITE. This is not the regular Gel Nimbus 22. And that's kind of a staple of the Asics lines, the Gel Nimbus. And my son actually got the regular Gel Nimbus for him to run in. So I've looked at the two shoes, kind of seen what the differences are. I haven't run in his shoe. It would be interesting to. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I would totally do it. Just a couple miles just to see the difference. But it's so much fun to run in a new pair of shoes. To me, at least. If I could, I would run in a new pair of shoes every time I went out. It would be incredibly wasteful and probably a poor choice economically, especially for me right now in the situation that I'm in. But man, it would be awesome. But just not feasible at all. So I'm going to stick with these for a while, for sure. And my impression after running these shoes the first time was, and I don't know if it's just running a shoe for the first time, but the energy return on this shoe was really good. And it's a light, but it's only like 1 ounce lighter than the other shoe. And looking at the shoe compared to the regular Gel Nimbus 22, one of the differences is in this midsection here, they actually have this supported with like a plastic piece that comes across up in this section, so it doesn't have the foam. What they've done is just taken that piece out. Not sure if that's a heavy piece of plastic or what. I think it's just there for that midfoot support, and they've just filled it in with foam and put another piece of rubber here. My opinion, they probably could have just, well, maybe they couldn't cut it out because they're taking that support out. Maybe they had to put something all the way down to the ground, just to kind of support that. But to me, that's not a deal breaker by any means. Like, oh my goodness, you took out the plastic arch support. Now maybe over time that'll break down sooner. Not sure if that's going to be an issue for me or not, because I don't know how I really feel about it. I mean, tonight it felt great. The shoe felt great. I went out, and I haven't been feeling great running because had some issues with the Under Armour Infinite 2s where I had Achilles pain, so I kind of took June off. I got back into running end of June. I've run more in July than I have ran. Last weekend I had a pretty good run with the cross country team, but that was probably, it wasn't really fast, and my legs have felt heavy since I went back to my Brooks Ghost 12, which it's over 300 miles now on that shoe, and there's not just a lot of energy return in the shoe. And when you put a new shoe on, if it's got a good energy return to it, and this one has the flight foam, that's what Asics has gone to now, and it does have gel in it because it's the Gel Nimbus, right? You can kind of see that there. Well, it's probably backwards, however they flip that, but it's the other difference from the Gel Nimbus 22, the regular one, is that you can see the gel in the heel. So whatever amount of gel they have in this one it must be minimal compared to the regular 22, because the 22 you can actually see it protruding out of the back. That's fine. I think a lot of these shoe companies have gone more to the foam. If you look at the Nova Blast that Asics is making, that's their flight foam as well. And they've made that shoe to be like a high energy return type shoe, 40 millimeter drop or 40 millimeter stack height in the back. I think this one's like 25, 28. So it's not in that same category as what that Nova Blast is. That Nova Blast is trying to compete with like a Hoka or some other high energy type shoe. So, but this one is kind of in that middle range, daily trainer type shoe. This isn't the shoe that you go out and try to set your PR in. Although it felt, really nice for me tonight. And I'm just trying to get miles in, late. This isn't what I would call my best case scenario for running. I didn't prepare for it the day before. I didn't take steps during the day to make sure that it was going to be, you know, my best race, lay out everything that I think would contribute to my best race. I didn't do any of that. I just put the shoes on and went out and ran, and I ran 3 miles. I got to the 3 mile mark in less than 30 minutes. So to me, that's a pretty good time. I think it was close to like 29 minutes, 6 seconds. So, you know, that's easily under 29:30 5K without trying, which is good for me. It's good for me. My best time is 27:16, where I put everything out there, tried as hard as I could. Like I said, I haven't been training. My training hasn't been great the last month and a half, just because of the problems that I had with the Under Armour. So I'm trying, you know, to build back up. Hopefully by September, maybe mid-September, I'd be ready to lay down another good time, which I'd probably miss like the good part of this shoe, because that'll probably be 80, well, 50, 60 miles from now in the shoe. It'll be wore down a little bit. We'll see how it holds up. But, you know, right now, the things that I like about the shoe, especially coming out of the Under Armour, the upper is really flexible. That was something that the Under Armour didn't have. But everything else, and the heel part where the Under Armour gave me problems, you can see this one's kind of tight. It's kind of tight there's not much give here. I mean, it's pretty rigid what they did here in the back with the heel counter, and this is the metal piece, the reflective piece. You know, I could take it or leave it. It's if you like it. I don't know that it's aesthetically pleasing, but it's not horrible. It's, you know, the reflective part, it's metal, it's different, I guess. So I don't hate it necessarily, but it's not like, oh my goodness, I have to have that shoe because it has a giant metal piece on the back. That's not my take on it. But other than that, the structure in the back, I hope it doesn't rub my Achilles. I really don't. It didn't feel like it was going to, and because there is some give in the front part of the shoe, I think my foot will be able to get away from anything that would be caused in the back. Now, this particular model doesn't have that flared out heel piece where some of the newer shoes, some of the newer New Balance, some of the newer Hokas have that heel kind of flared out, the heel tab part of it. But overall, and this is the color that they happen to have in my size. So this wasn't one I went out necessarily to get. I don't necessarily hate it either. I'm not sure what they were doing with the blue and the red in the foam, what they were trying to do here. It's a little weird. The other option was a green and white, which I thought looked a little cleaner than this. But it's, you know, I'm fine with it. I don't hate this. I like a little color in my running shoes anyway. But you know, I think the shoe. Oh, and this upper is really breathable. And one other nice thing about the upper, it's made out of recycled material. So, you know, I guess if I was buying shoes every day and it's made out of recycled material, it's kind of helping the environment. I don't think that's a selling point. Probably especially not for my wife, because that would not last very long, or I would not be running very much, and she would not appreciate that. But it was a good run tonight. Here's the full outsole of the shoe. This looks like some pretty decent rubber here that's going to hold up. You can see here. I think this material's the rubber where they put this here, and this is the Asics high abrasion rubber. I think it's AHAR is what they shortened it to. There is some exposed midsole here, but they have it covered up pretty well. A little bit of cutout here, just to probably reduce the weight a little bit. Like I said, this is the LITE. It's not tremendously light. It's not 5 ounces. It's not 6 ounces or anything like that. I think the like a size 9 or something, way it was listed was like around the 9 ounce thing. It's kind of an odd weight. You know, normally your heavier shoes are like 10, 11 ounces, and then you have the lightweights that are like 7 or less, and then this one's kind of in the middle. So it's about an ounce less than the other ones, the other Gel Nimbus, the regular 22s. But overall, you know, it is lighter. It does feel light on the foot, especially compared to the Ghost 12 that I had been running in. and the energy return in the shoe felt really good. I think once I get my conditioning back up and start to feel pretty decent, that I'll be able to turn out some pretty decent times. And the upper, the breathability of it, it does feel kind of cool. Not that it was really hot tonight, but I think this will be a nice shoe to run in the warmer weather. Not sure how to do in like damp conditions or rain, because it does feel like it's kind of a cloth material on the top, so it may hold some moisture, but there's a lot of holes in this upper for breathability. So I think you can get some nice airflow across your foot, dry it out. That being said, I'm not sure how the shoe will do in cold temperatures. The Brooks, the upper was really covered over. It was really nice for the cold weather. I'm not sure how this one will do, but I'm excited running the shoe the rest of the summer and maybe try to lay down some good times, because my knee did feel pretty decent in it, and I felt like I had good energy in the legs. They didn't get tired at the end of the run, so that was a good thing. The other thing I'm excited about is I got my free trial from Run Gum. It was 99 cents to get the 5 packs, headband and stuff, so it was a pretty good deal. I'm excited to try it. I didn't try it tonight because it's late already. I don't want to take caffeine at 8 o'clock at night because I'm not an insane person, but I may try it like in the morning or maybe 5 o'clock at night. Just try it out, see how it is, and I'll let you guys know how that goes as well. All right, that's all I got for tonight. So that should be 2 videos coming shortly. Stay tuned. If you like it, go ahead and like the video down at the bottom. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button twice just to show how much you really don't like it. That's cool. All right, take care and stay COVID free. See you later.